वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय गंधर्विका गिरिधारी गौर हरि जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रमाई जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव जय गौरानिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, the Navadha Bhakti. That's what I came to know. So Sranam kiya tha last time. Okay. We'll just recite. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaimudirai Nasta Prayeshu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. So today we'll read one sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. So as we have just discussed the Navadha Bhakti, we are discussing the Navadha Bhakti, and last week we heard the Shravanam. So I thought this week we'll discuss the Kirtanam. So then it will be in sequence. You can next week again you can start another sloka. So we'll just recite one sloka. All right. Coming? Then it's not connected. It's connected from here. आ गया ठीक है छोटा है क्या सो हाँ ठीक है आप कर दीजिए दैट आल्सो इज गुड यू कैन कनेक्ट 3.33 33.7 3.33.7 third canto 33 third chapter 7th sloka got it or else I will just recite the sloka Mataji, leave it actually. We can just recite anyway and repeat. I don't know. Anybody will do. And then the smartphone you can open 3.33.37 if you can do. That will be good. Otherwise, we'll just recite. नहीं आ रहा leave it Mataji I'll just okay. So we are reading from the third canto 33rd chapter 7th sloka Aho bat swapachot gariyan you can repeat behind you can repeat recite Aho bat swapachot gariyan yajjihvagre vartate namatubhyam Tepastataste jihva sasurarya ते पस्ते जिहो ससुरार्या ब्रह्माचुनर्मं गणयन्ति ते ये ते ब्रह्मानुचरणां न गृह्णन्ति ये ते अहो वत्सिपाचो तो गरियान् यज्जीव अग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पुस्तपस्ते जीवुत्ससुनार्या ब्रह्मानुचूर्णां गृह्णन्ति ये ते अहो वत्सृपाचो तो गरियान् यज्जिग्रहे वर्तमने नाम तुभ्यम् ते पुस्तपस्ते जिह्वुसुसुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचूर्णां गृह्णन्ति ये ते. Translation and purport by Abhayacharna Govind Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, how glorious are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name. Even if born in the families of dog eaters, such persons are worshipable. Person who chant the holy name of your Lordship must have executed all kinds of austerities and fire sacrifices and achieved all the good manners of the Aryans. To be chanting the holy name of the Lordship, they must have bathed at the holy places of pilgrimages, studied the Vedas, and fulfilled everything required. Purport? You are able to see there?
Yeah, yes.
So, purport is a bit bigger. We will just read some part of the purport. It's very, very important purport, and then some very important points Srila Prabhupada has mentioned here. So, we'll just focus on those points, and then we'll move forward for discussion. As it is stated in this previous verse, a person who has once offenselessly chanted the holy name of the God becomes immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. So I will just keep explaining what's the meaning. As it's stated in the previous verse, it is stated that those who have once offenselessly chanted the holy name of the Lord becomes immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. So that's what's there in the previous slokas. That's what Prabhupada is writing here again. One should not be astonished by this statement of Srimad Bhagavatam. One should not disbelieve or think how by chanting the holy name of the Lord can one become a holy man, to be compared to the most elevated Brahmana. To eradicate such doubts in the minds of unbelievers, this verse affirms that the stage of chanting of the holy name of the Lord is not sudden, but that the chanter have already performed all kinds of Vedic rituals and sacrifices. So a chanter has performed all kind of Vedic rituals and sacrifices, then only he starts chanting. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is writing here. It is not very astounding, for no one in this life can chant the holy name of the Lord unless he has passed all lower stages, such as performing the Vedic rituals, sacrifices, studying the Vedas, and practicing the good behavior like that of Aryans. So, what is the qualification is mentioned by here in this sloka? Ki those who are chanting, what they have done? They have already performed the Vedic ritual sacrifices, studied the Vedas, and practiced good behavior like Aryans. That's what the qualification. If one is having this, one who is chanting the holy name of Krishna, they are having all these qualities. And that is what is there in this sloka, as well as Srila Prabhupada is also emphasizing the same. All this must first have been done, just as a student in a law class is to be understood to have already graduated from general education. So a person who is doing the law, we can understand he has already completed general education. He's completed the 12th standard. Then only he's gone to do the law. So somebody is doing law, that means he has completed all the things which is there below that. Anyone who is engaged in chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, must have already passed all lower stages. Understood? It is said that those who simply chant the holy name with the tip of the tongue are glorious. Just chant from the tip of the tongue, they are glorious. One does not even have to chant the holy name and understand the whole procedure, namely the offensive stages, offenseless stages, and the pure stage. So there are 3 stages of chanting. We don't have to bother about what is stage we are chanting. We have to just chant. If the holy name is sounded on the tip of the tongue, that is also sufficient. It is said herein that Nam, a singular name, one name, Krishna or Ram, is sufficient. It is not that one has to chant all the holy names of the Lord. The holy name of the Lord are innumerable, and one does not have to chant all the names to prove that he has already undergone all the process of Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. If one chants only once, it is to be understood that he has already passed all the examination. So, if only one time also we have chanted, that means we have done all those things. Whatever there is, this Vedic sacrifices, all the ritualistic activities, whatever is there in the Vedas, all this thing has been done. It is to be understood that he has already passed all the examination, not to speak those who are chanting always 24 hours a day. It is specifically said here, Tubhyam, up to you only, one must chant God's name. Not, as the Mayavadi philosopher says, any name, such as demigod's name or the name of God energies. Only the holy name of Supreme Lord will be effective. Anyone who compares the holy name of Supreme Personality of Godhead to the name of demigod is called Pasandi. So we should not compare Krishna's name with the name of any other demigods. Krishna is supreme, his name is supreme. That's what Srila Prabhupada is telling here. If we have to just chant once also, that means you have already qualified all those things. What is the qualification of a chanter is? He has done, what are the things he has done? What is written? Sacrifices, then all the things which is mentioned in the Vedas, Vedic sacrifices, he has already completed. So that is the qualification of the chanter. And then we should chant whose name? We should chant Krishna's name. Holy name has to be chanted to please the Supreme Lord. This is a very, very important point. We should not just chant, we should chant to please Krishna. And not for any sense gratification or professional purpose. Like we see the many people come here, they chant Hare Krishna, but they take money. So if you hear from them, it will not be effective. So that's what Prabhupada used to say. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, if a milk is touched by a serpent, it becomes poisonous. It looks like milk, but if a serpent has touched it, it becomes poisonous. If a person drinks that milk, then he'll die. So similarly, we should hear the chanting from the pure devotee, not from professional reciters who takes money for singing the kirtan. We see so many are there. If this pure mentality is there, then even though a person is born in the low family, such as dog eater, he is so glorious that not only has he purified himself, but he is quite competent to deliver others. So here another point is, we should not see from which family he belongs to. Anybody who is chanting Krishna's name he can not only deliver himself, he can deliver others also. He is competent to deliver others also. He is competent to speak on the importance of transcendental name, just as Thakur Haridas did. He has apparently born in the family of Muhammadans, but because he was chanting the holy name of Supreme Lord offenselessly, Lord Chaitanya empowered him to become the authority, the Acharya of spreading the name. It did not matter that he is born in a family which is not following the Vedic rituals and regulation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Advait Prabhu accepted him as an authority because he has offenselessly chanting the name of the Lord. Authorities like Advait Prabhu and the Lord Chaitanya immediately accepted that he had already performed all kinds of austerities, studied the Vedas and performed all sacrifices. That is automatically understood. There is a hereditary class of Brahmanas called Samarth Brahmanas. However, who are of the opinion that even if such person who are chanting the holy name of the Lord are accepted as purified, they still have to perform the Vedic rites or await their next birth in a family of Brahmanas so that they can perform the Vedic rituals. But actually that is not the case. Such a man does not need to wait for the next birth to become purified. He at once is purified. It is understood that he has already performed all sort of rites. It is the so-called Brahmanas who actually have to undergo different kind of austerities before reaching that point of purification. There are many other Vedic performances which are not described here. All such Vedic rituals have been already performed by the chanter of the holy name. So we will stop at this point reading the purport, and then the remaining part of the paragraph, the purport, you can read at home. Because I think we are late, the time is not much remaining. So we'll go ahead with the discussion. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येनं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पति गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता श्रीराधा कान्ता नमस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गे राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So I'm thankful for getting this opportunity to speak on this glorious literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not different from Krishna. We will just try to discuss. This is very, very important sloka and very nice purport Srila Prabhupada has given with so many meanings is there for all of us to understand and to follow continue our chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. So here what is there in the shloka is, it is said, this is a prayer to Lord Kapila Deva. So Lord Kapil Deva, the prayer is what is said in this sloka. What is the qualification of those who are chanting the holy name of Krishna? Even a person is chanting for one time a single name of Krishna and Rama, what is his qualification? So what is said in this sloka, that person who is chanting the Krishna's name, I hope that everybody here is chanting the name of Krishna, right? So you all are so fortunate that you are chanting the name of Krishna, and then that means you have already done all the Vedic sacrifices. That's what is not, is Srimad Bhagavatam is telling, right? We have all done, because without that it's not possible to do the chanting, right? And all the Vedic rituals, regulation which are there is already done. We may know, may not know in the previous lives, because it's not this is the life what we have got. We have done for many, many lives we are there. And then we are now reached at this stage. So at this stage we are here. So like when we see like so many people, we go and tell about Krishna. Some very few only come. Then out of those who come, very few start taking interest and they start chanting the Krishna's name. So it is said like, why only few? So now this sloka is telling, because these few people only have done some Sikriti in the previous life. What is those Sikriti? The Vedic sacrifices which are required, already they have done. That's the reason they are so much interest they are taking in chanting now. So it is very, very hope-giving, it is a very positive sloka actually. Right? We are not just people who are there here is not just ordinary persons. They are great devotees. Earlier they have done all so many things. And it is said like, what purport Srila Prabhupada is telling, like, Brahmanas, they say like you have to take another birth and then only you can do Vedic sacrifices, even though you are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. When Prabhupada says no, it's not right. Those who are chanting, they are already purified. Then after reaching to that level that we are able to chant holy name of Krishna, then what should be done next? so that we should fulfill the objective of chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. What is that objective of life? What for we are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra? Huh? To please the Lord. Anything else? Revive our relationship. Yeah. Love of Krishna.
We don't want to come again here.
Again, we don't know. Yeah, that's true. All of us are telling the correct thing. So, it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Kalera dosh nidhe rajan, eke hi asti mahaguna, kirtanasya eva krishnasya. After that, mukta sangha parampraje. So, this is very, very famous sloka. What is said in this? This age of Kali Yuga is Kalera dosh nidhe rajan. This yuga is, Kali Yuga is, those is a full of dosas. Unwanted things are happening in this world, in this Kali Yuga. You see, in the last 5,000 years, now that as the time progresses, it is said it is going to increase further. So many unwanted things are happening. Right? Every day we are seeing a new war is happening. Every day we are seeing terrorist attack is happening. Bomb blast is there. And then this is just increasing. And this will keep increasing. But in this age, only one thing is very good. What is that? Kirtanasya eva krishnasya. Just by chanting the holy name of the Lord, what will happen? We can promote ourselves to the transcendental abode, Krishna's abode. Mukta sangha param prajet. We'll go to that Krishna's lok by just chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. So it's very good that we have started chanting, but the purpose of chanting is to go back to Krishna, as somebody was telling, to develop love for Krishna, as Mataji was mentioning. So all these things are true. And then same thing is mentioned again in the as we are discussing the 9 processes of devotional service. So 9 processes of devotional service which are there. So different processes starting from the hearing, then chanting, then the Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. So it's remembering the Lord, doing the serving the lotus feet of the Lord. So like that 9 processes are there. But of all these 9 processes, which is the best process? Chanting of the holy name. Right? Correct. So that's what is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita Mahaprabhu is saying, Tara Madhe Sarvasist Nam Shankirtana. So Tara Madhyam in the sense is just before the sloka is telling 9 processes of devotion service. So out of this 9 processes of devotion service, he's saying Tara Madhe Sarvasist Nama Shankirtana. Niraparad Namlo Paya Premadhana. Niraparad. By without offenses, chant the holy name of the Lord, and then what will happen? Premadhana, you'll get love for Krishna. So that's the reason this is the most sublime method to revive our relation, as Mataji was mentioning, with Krishna, develop love for Krishna, and go back to our original position, original home, where Krishna is waiting for all of us. Right? So, as we see in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling, he's talking about so many things, different things. The sublime things of this world represent Krishna. Like he's telling that in all the water bodies, I am the ocean, right? In the 10th chapter. Like that he's comparing. Of all the sages, I am the Bhrigu, because Bhrigu is the most powerful sage. So all the sages, I am the Bhrigu. Of all the water bodies, I am the ocean. Of all the lights, I am the sun. All the stars, I am the moon. And then he tells, Yagnosi aham jap, what is that? Yagnosi jap, yajnanam jap agnosi. That means of all the yagya, I am the jap yagya. Right? Chant, that's what Krishna is mentioning in 10th chapter, 23rd sloka. Ki of all the sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy name. So this is not telling that I am the Ashwamedh Yagya, of all the yajnas I am the Ashwamedh Yagya, of all the yajnas I am the Putra Kamasti Yagya, of all the yajnas I am the Rajashri Yagya. No, I am Japi Yagya. That means this is the best Yagya. So that's what Krishna is mentioning there. I am the Jap. So when we are chanting Krishna's name, Krishna is there. That's what he's telling. Of all the sacrifices, I am the chanting of the holy name. So every day we are doing that Yagya. Right? So we are doing that yajna every day, and Krishna is there in that yajna. And then Krishna is speaking 700 slokas in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now these 700 slokas are the instruction to all of us. Like he's telling so many instructions. Sarva dharma paritejya maam ekam sharanam bhaja aham dharma sarvapapebhyo mokshikshami ma shucha. Abandon everything, just surrender up to me, I will take all your sins. Like that, so many instructions giving you. Just do this thing, then you'll get prem, Krishna prem. I'll accept you. But then again, to attract all of us, again Krishna came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then in his life, that Mahaprabhu, throughout the life, he told only two things. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Krishna. So when the Krishna came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told only two things. What is those two things? And why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came because Bhagavad Gita is instruction to all of us. Now Krishna is saying after giving the instruction, this is again difficult for them to follow. So what I should do? Then I should go myself as a devotee and show how to follow this Bhagavad Gita. So he came as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So when he came as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he throughout his life, you just see, throughout his life he told only two things. What is those two things? One is Vaishnava Seva and Nam Sankirtan. So Vaishnava Seva, Nam Sankirtan is only two things by which we can perfect our life. So Prabhu kahe Vaishnava Seva, Nam Sankirtan, dui kara sigra pave Krishna Charan. Dui karo sigra pave Krishna Charan. So two things, one is Vaishnava Seva and the again is Nam Sankirtan. And we see in the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like there's so many different pastimes are there. In one pastime, like very famous dacoits who are there, Jagai Madhai. How Jagai Madhai got delivered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are the people who were having all the abominable activities they were doing. You just name it, they were doing. They are the murderers, they were the plunderers, they are the whatever the nonsense things are there, they were doing. But because of the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, somehow or other, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted them. Like one day when Nityanand Prabhu thought, like when we preach to them and if they become devotee, then whole world will see how is the power in the Krishna consciousness. So one day he just went there to preach to them. It's a long story, I just don't have much time. What is the time, Prabhu? How long we can? So till what time? 6:15? Okay, I'll just try to see. Okay. So what was happening, like Nityanand Prabhu thought, let us preach to these dacoits. So if these dacoits take Krishna consciousness, then the whole world will take. Because they will see how much power is there in the Krishna consciousness. So he just approached them multiple times and then one day they become very much irritated. And they just took a stone and threw on the Nityanand Prabhu. And Nityanand Prabhu, the blood started oozing from his head. And then when Mahaprabhu came to know about it, he just came and became so much angry, he just called for his Sudarshan Chakra. Today now I'll kill these two demons. So when Nityanand Prabhu saw that Sudarshan is there, now these two demons are going to be killed, he prayed Nityanand Prabhu, Prabhu, you are here not to kill the demons but to kill their demonic propensities. In this avatar, you are not going to kill anybody. In Krishna avatar you are killing, but as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu you are not going to kill anyone. You are only to kill their propensity which is there. That's the reason Mahaprabhu is very, very merciful. So then, because of the recommendation of Nityanand Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Jagai Madhai. And Jagai Madhai surrendered. When they saw that he is non-different from Krishna, they surrendered their life to him. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, now since you have surrendered to me, I accept both of you. But you have to do one thing. Now you leave all these things what you are doing. And then do what is the two things you do? Serve the devotees and chant Hare Krishna. Daily you chant 64 rounds, 1 lakh names of Lord, Hare Krishna mantra. And chant and then serve the devotees. So what they did, they just went to Ganges, they made a very beautiful ghat. Now you know the devotees have gone to Mayapur, they will go to that ghat where the Jagai Madhai, they made that ghat. I think you must have gone. You gone there? Okay. So they have made a ghat, you know that steps will be there where you can go very nicely, you can go there and take bath in the river. So there is a Jagai Madhai ghat is still there. So what they have made the ghat, they were there all the time, they used to stand there. Whenever any devotee used to come, they used to take their cloths so that the cloth should not go down and then become dirty, nobody should steal it. So they used to carry the cloth of the devotees who were going to take bath. And then when the devotee used to come, they used to give the cloths, and then anybody wants Ganges water, they take out the Ganges water, they carry on their back, they used to deliver to their home. So that way they are serving the devotees. That's what throughout they are doing. And then Mahaprabhu told to chant 1 lakh name daily, but they were chanting 2 lakhs name daily. They were chanting 128 rounds daily. So they were not only made the target, they have beat the target. They have gone ahead of the target set. So Mahaprabhu told to chant 1 lakh, they were chanting 2 lakhs. And in a few very, very short time, in a 6 months duration, they become a very famous brahmachari. They have the Jagai Madhayat were the great ducats, now they have become pure devotee of Krishna, brahmacharis. And they are serving all the devotees and chanting the Krishna's name. So that is the way, by chanting the Krishna's name, serving the devotees, we see that Jagai Madhayat type of persons also become purified. Similarly, we just read in the purport, our Haridas Thakur. Now Haridas Thakur is a Namacharya, how the Prabhupada is telling. He is the authority of, he is the Acharya of chanting of the holy name. Every day he used to chant how many rounds? 3 lakhs, 192 rounds. So 192 rounds means how many hours? 22 hours? Yeah, something like that. 19 to 20 hours. 19, 20, 21 hours. So he was having only 2-3 hours for himself. Throughout the day and night he used to chant. So these were Namacharya. So he was from the Bengal. He appeared in Bengal. And then later he moved to a place near to Ganges. So he was staying there and he was become very famous because he was a young person. He was chanting whole day. He was just sitting in a secluded place chanting 3 lakhs name of Krishna daily. So he became very famous. Now the other person who were there, they become very envious of him. So what that Ramachandra Khan, that one Muslim person was there, he became very, very envious to this Haridas Thakur. So he planned. He selected a prostitute and told, you please go and agitate Haridas Thakur by your beauty and all those things so that he stop chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. And Haridas Thakur used to chant in the secluded place, in the jungle, in the cave, he used to sit and chant. So there, that lady went there one night. He told, I have taken a vow to chant 10 million's name of Krishna in 1 month. So let me finish. I am about to finish. Once I finish, then you can enjoy with me. Now, so you just sit here and then let me finish my round. I will come back. So that lady was just sitting and Haridas Thakur was chanting. Like that, 1 day passed. Second day, in the morning what happened? Then lady told, oh, it's morning, I'm going again, I'll come. So next day again she came. Now again she was, Haridas Thakur was telling that you just wait, I'll just finish and then I can enjoy with you. So like that second day, like that third day also happened. And then whole night the lady was hearing the Mahamantra chanted by Haridas Thakur. And then when the morning came, the lady surrendered her life at the feet of Haridas Thakur. By hearing the name of Krishna from the pure devotee, that Krishna comes to the sound vibration and enters in our ears. And when he enters in our ears, it goes to he goes to our heart and he cleanses our heart. So for 3 nights she was hearing from the Mahabhagavad devotee the continuously chanting of the Hare Krishna. And the third day morning, that lady surrendered her life to Haridas Thakur. Then Haridas Thakur told, and then she started asking for forgiveness. He told, I was knowing everything, what for you have come here? And I could have could have left this place on the first day itself when you came. But I wanted to deliver you. So I stayed here for 3 days. And I was knowing that you're going to leave all these things by hearing the Hare Krishna mantra. So after 3 days, when she surrendered, he told, now you leave whatever things you are doing, just come here, chant, sit at this place, serve the Tulasi and chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And he left that place. So just see the power of chanting of Hare Krishna. So what we have seen till now, that we have seen that chanting of the person who are chanting, they are not a normal person. They have already done so many type of things. That's the reason they have come to a state that they are able to chant Hare Krishna mantra. It's not that everybody can chant, but some few people who are fortunate, they only can chant Hare Krishna. भगवान का नाम वही लोग दे सकते हैं जो फॉर्चुनेट होते हैं, right? And then we see after chanting, what happens by chanting? By chanting, the heart purifies. By Krishna name and Krishna is non-different. When we chant Krishna's name, our heart purifies, and that's what is shown by Jagai Madhai. And then we have seen here in the
Haridas Thakur, how he delivered the prostitute. And in the history, there's so many examples are there. When you see like Valmiki was a Dakat again. He was killing the people. And then when the Narada Muni came, Narada Muni told, you chant name of Lord Ram. He told, I cannot chant Ram. Then he chanted, okay, you cannot chant Ram, then you chant Mara. Then he started chanting Mara, 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 then Ram started coming. And by continuously chanting, he becomes so purified, he became a pure devotee of Krishna, and then he wrote what? Ramayana. And this is the most authentic Ramayana as of now, which is always Valmiki Ramayana today. So that is the power of chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. What is the other example? The Mrigari the hunter. What is the famous for? He was famous for killing the animal, half killing the animal. So he used to cut the neck half, and then he used to leave the animals like that. And then when animals were in the torment, in the pain, they were just suffering, and he used to take too much pleasure. Yes, now I have done something. So one day Narada Muni came, and he saw so many animals are just in the pain. They are just so much sound is coming, so much pain is there for the animals, and this person is just standing there. He told, what you are doing? Nothing. My father told me to do this. I don't find anything wrong in this. So I am doing this. Means, oh, you are doing this. What will happen to you? Whatever the pain you are inflicting on these animals, there is same pain in manifold time. It will come to you. And then this person told, no, I am not bothered about it. And he just left. And when he was sleeping in the dream, he saw that all the animals are coming and then trying to kill him. And then he becomes so much perturbed, and that Narada Muni's voice was keep coming in his mind. You will be also getting so much pain, multifold pain than what you are inflicting on these animals. And then he came running, and he fell on the feet of the Narada Muni. He told, what should I do now? So he told, don't do all these things. Stop. You just do chanting of the Lord's name and serve the Tulsi. Go to Ganges. And then, one more thing, you just leave this bow and arrow what you are carrying. So he threw his bow and arrow. He went to the Ganges, he started chanting. Then he told, what will I eat? What will I get if I don't kill the animals? Because this is the way I get money. He told, don't worry, you just go and chant, everything will come to you. And Narada Muni went to the nearby village, and he told, there is a great devotee, people please go and serve this devotee. So he was chanting at the Ganges, and then the people on the village, they used to come. He used to bring so many types of food stuff, the milk, the ghee, and all those type of things. So his wife used to cook, and then he used to distribute prasad. And that way he was chanting throughout day and night, did not do anything. So that is the faith in Krishna's word, in the Guru's word in fact. So we follow Guru's instruction, everything will come to in our life. That's what the Mrigari, the hunter, he was famous for hunting. And he becomes the pure devotee by chanting Krishna's name. So that way we see so many persons changed their life by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And same thing we are seeing in this age, at this age, Srila Prabhupada has done. What Srila Prabhupada has done? Srila Prabhupada went at the age of 69 all over the world. And he propagated the name of Krishna. And we see that persons who are eating cows, who are eating so many abominable things they were doing, they become pure devotee of Krishna. That's what is happening. The miracle is happening in front of our eyes. Now also we are seeing. We just saw one video in Ukraine that the city is some blast and the gunshot is happening and devotees are sitting and chanting. That is the faith in Krishna's holy name. So this is the miracle is happening from the ages, and that's what is continued now also. And that's what Prabhupada has done. And we have seeing in our eyes also, the people who are not knowing, the Chinese persons who are not even knowing what is the proper way of eating a vegetarian food, they are becoming devotee. Like huge numbers. In China, not many numbers of devotees are there. Iskcon devotees there in China. So that's the way, this is the power of Hare Krishna mantra. So it's not that Prabhupada has done, Prabhupada has done only one thing, that he has taken this instruction, he's taken this message of Krishna consciousness and spread. He become an instrument of compassion on behalf of Krishna. So we are also seeing the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. We are also chanting. But any change is happening in our life.
It's happening.
Happening? Good.
I'm doing from last 1 year.
Okay. How many rounds you are chanting?
I have 6 in the morning and 4 in the evening.
Okay. Good, good. That's nice. That's very good. Very good. We see in our life also many a times when we start chanting in the beginning, we lot that as Mataji is mentioning, we'll do our progress very fast. But after some time, our progress becomes little slow because we started seeing, we have started comparing, we start judging others. So what is said in the Tara Madhye? Sarvashreshth Naam Sankirtana. Niraparad Naam Leo. Payo Prem Dhan. Niraparad Naam Leo. Niraparad is very, very important. So when we have just seen the glories of the Hare Krishna mantra, that most abominable person can become pure devotee. So when we chant, we also get the bliss, we also get the happiness by chanting. Chant and be happy. But after some time, that happiness is not remaining at the same stage, same intensity. It slows down because the Naam Aparad which is there happening when I am chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, in the beginning it may not be that much. So as we progress slowly, we see that because of the Naam Aparad, our progress in Krishna consciousness hinders. The result which is supposed to come by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra doesn't come that fast. As we see, just chanting by one name of Krishna is enough. It should be chanted purely, with sincerity, with seriousness, and without any ulterior motive. So when we do this way, so what happens is like when we see others, oh, he's like me only. He is also attending the same seminar, same classes, reading the same what I am also reading. So I know equal to him. It's nothing as such. So when that type of thinking start coming in our mind, then we started losing the taste. Because Krishna loves his devotees very much. Krishna loves his devotees very, very much. It is said like Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, when he was chanting, that time the king was Muslim. So the Muslim king, what he used to do, what he has done is he told this person he's from Muslim background. He was reading the purport, he's a Mohammedan. So Haridas Thakur is Muslim. Now they were become very perturbed. This Muslim is chanting 3 lakhs name of the Lord, much more than Hindus. So do one thing, go and beat him in the different 9 marketplaces so that he will be killed. So he wanted to kill, and by showing to others, see what happens. If a Muslim chant the holy Krishna's name, then this is the result what is going to happen. So he was beaten. And then after beating him, he became unconscious and they took and then threw in the Ganges, his body. So when the Mahaprakash Leela happened, when Mahaprakash Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing in Mayapur. So that time he was calling the devotees and he was telling what I have done. So he told what happened. And he showed his back. When Haridas Thakur was beaten by the Muslims, I was there behind protecting. So see the mark on my back. So that is the type of love Krishna is having for his devotees. So he is not that Krishna is loving only the Haridas Thakur. He loves all of us. So to the degree we are surrendered to Krishna, Krishna is unconditionally loving all of us. But to the degree we are surrendered to Krishna, to that degree Krishna gives special priorities. So when we criticize a devotee, Krishna tells this is a very, very grave offense. I don't want anybody to criticize my devotee. So we should be very, very careful to get the maximum output from chanting Hare Krishna mantra. We should never criticize a devotee. That is very, very important. You are chanting 1 round, 2 round, 6 round, 8 round or 16 rounds or 32 round or 64 rounds. You will get mercy of Krishna. But the moment you will do criticize the devotee, Krishna becomes very, very unpleased by our behavior. And then we lose the taste in chanting. We become mechanical. We just chant for the counting. Chanting becomes counting. We are just chanting just to finish my round, whatever round we are having. So we should be very, very careful. It is said that like when we chant, if we are doing offense against the holy name, we lose taste in chanting. The mind becomes flickering. This has become very normal, right? Why we are not able to chant why we are not chanting 64 rounds? 16 rounds also become difficult many days. Right? 8 rounds, 6 rounds, whatever rounds. Mind is flickering. Always. So it is said like mind is flickering because mind is having impression from the many lives. In this life also, the mind is having impression. Suppose I like very much the gulab jamun. So the moment I'll see the gulab jamun, the mind will say, hey, go and eat it. It will give a very nice taste. So eyes will see there's a gulab jamun, and mind, it will go to mind will say, go and eat. So that is impression which I have eaten earlier, gulab jamun, the impression is there in my mind. And with that impression, when again I see the gulab jamun, the mind says, no, go and eat. So like that, it is said that these impressions are there in the mind for multiple lives. In earlier lives, we are maybe monkey, we may be the pigeon, we may be the pig, whatnot. So that impression, like impression of monkey, the monkey keep jumping here and there. The mind will also keep jumping. We just sit for chanting and then mind will go somewhere else. So that jumping will happening. So many thoughts comes. It's all by previous lives what is there. And then Krishna is telling, Arjuna is telling to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, same thing. What is that? Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. So mind is very chanchal. What to do, Krishna? My mind is chanchal. I am able to control the wind, but mind I am not able to control. So it is not my problem. Arjuna also was telling the same thing. Arjuna was taken our role, the role of a devotee, a problem, what we are facing. Krishna, he was asking Krishna what to do when this problem comes. So Krishna told two things, Abhyasena and Vairagya. These two things you do. You do Abhyas and do take a Vairagya. What is Abhyas? We should keep chanting. That is Abhyas. That is under our control. And Vairagya, what we should not do. We should leave that. When we are chanting, what we should not do? We should not see the phone. We should not see the TV. We should not read the magazine. We should not read the newspaper. So these are the Vairagya. So when you do the Abhyas and Vairagya, then Krishna is telling, then mercy of Krishna will come. And don't do the offenses against the holy name of Krishna. So like Mahaprabhu says in the Sikshashtakam, what is that? What he tells? He tells, Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Trinadapi Sunichena Sarvasuna Amanina Mandena Kirtaniya Sadahari. So it is said like Kirtaniya Sadahari is something, it is under our control. We can do Kirtaniya Sadahari. I cannot become humble. I can try showing becoming humble, but becoming humble is not easy. Trinadapi Sunichena Tarodapi Saishuna. You should be tolerant more than a tree. Like tree is, you go and hit tree will do anything? Nothing will do. So you should be more tolerant than the tree. And amanina mandena, give all the respect to others, expecting none in return. Now these are the qualities of Krishna. Now we can just so that I have got those qualities, I am very humble, but it is there in the heart. We know very well is how much humble we are, how much tolerant we are, how much respect we give to others, how much respect we don't expect for us. We know very well. Nobody else can tell. We know ourselves in our heart. So these are not that easy. We should tell that we should do that. We can act like we are humble, but even then humbleness will come. But that's true. But at the same time, it's not that easy to get those qualities. Why it is not easy? Because these are the qualities of Krishna. These qualities are there in Golok Vrindavan. When Krishna is pleased, then only those qualities will come to us. Then what is there in our control? Kirtaniya Sadahari. By Kirtaniya Sadahari, by always chanting Hare Krishna mantra, always chanting Krishna's name, we can show our sincerity to Krishna. And when Krishna sees this person is serious and sincere, then he will give his mercy. So what is under our control is to chant. Without expecting how I'll get the Krishna's prem. I can only beg to Krishna, give me Krishna's prem. I cannot demand Krishna. Krishna consciousness is for giving, not receiving. In the sense, receive will come, Krishna's mercy, but we cannot demand. You give me this. When Krishna sees that we are qualified, then Krishna will give. We are sincere, then Krishna will give. Like it is, we see the pastime of Yashodama. It's very, very relevant. I was just thinking one day that Damodar Leela. The Damodar Leela is like Yashodama was trying to tie Krishna in the wooden grinding mortar. And every time the rope was becoming short by 2 inches, 2 fingers short. So he used to bring some other rope, he used to tie Krishna, again it is short. Then he used to get some more rope from the neighbors, again it is short. Then when Krishna sees that the mother is putting so much effort, then Krishna allowed, okay, you tie me. So what is the importance, what is the significance here in our life? Krishna, Sudamai was putting effort. And then Krishna was not letting her bind himself. But when Krishna saw that, no, she's putting so much effort, now let it. So she will do. Similarly, in our life, when we chant Hare Krishna mantra, we can only put effort to bind Krishna, to bring Krishna in our heart. But Krishna may come, may not come. It is Krishna's Swarat. He is independent. He can decide what he can do. We cannot force Krishna to do. We can only request by chanting. But when Krishna sees we are putting our best effort, we are trying to chant with full focus, we are trying to avoid the Vaishnava aparadh, then Krishna let him come in our heart. And then love for Krishna develops in our heart. So what is there in our control is to put effort by serving Krishna, by serving the devotees and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. And when Krishna sees that we are doing this, then Krishna becoming pleased, then he will come to our heart. So that is the whole thing. So we should be very, very careful in doing these two things. Serving the devotees, not criticizing the devotees, and chanting our mantra. And when we chant, it is said like 3 P's. Very famous 3 P's are there. I hope that you all are knowing that. You know what is those 3 P's while chanting? That you will get the maximum result by chanting. These 3, first is, we should be posture. When we chant, we should sit straight. We should not sit loose. When you sit loose, the mind will take control. When sit straight, the message goes to mind. Now this person is seriously trying to please Krishna. So mind also will not disturb. Then next is, first is posture, next is pronunciation. So when we chant Krishna's name, we should chant each and every word we should be able to hear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it should not be like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Like we have to do very fast, like express train. And we are finishing. Counting is done. Our round mala is done. But how much the result came? So we should not be hurrying. We are with Krishna when we are chanting. As much you are there with Krishna, that much purification will happen. So when we do all, and the third thing is most important is prayerful mode. This is a prayer. Chanting is a prayer to Krishna. Vandanam is one of the 9 process. But before Vandanam comes the Kirtanam. And in the Kirtanam we do the chanting. So when we chant, we are praying to Krishna. Prabhupada said, if you don't know any mantra to pray to Krishna, when we should go to temple, we should pray. When we come to center, we should offer our prayers to Krishna. So somebody asked, Prabhupada, I don't know any mantra, how to pray. I don't know any sloka, Bhagavatam, nice Bhagavad Gita sloka, Bhagavatam sloka like us, we don't know anything. So Prabhupada told, if you don't know, just chant Hare Krishna. Krishna will be pleased. So when we chant Krishna's Hare Krishna mantra, we should be done in prayerful mode. And what is that prayerful mode is, when that prayerful mode will come. Like Ayendra Prabhu used to say, Ayendra Prabhu is very famous disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He is no more. He was to stay in the Vrindavan. He used to say, like when we are thinking we are not very much ill, we just go and take a tablet and eat. And then, okay. When we are thinking we are seriously ill, then we go to doctor and we take intravenous injection. And then our disease will go. So when we see our pathetic condition, helpless condition, we are so much suffering is happening in this life. When we are so much gone, there's nothing in my control. We tried controlling the whole world, but we ultimately realized nothing is in our control. In that mode, helplessly, when we cry out to Krishna while chanting, then Krishna becomes pleased. That is our prayerful mode. Like a beggar praying to somebody, please give me something. When a beggar, we are going suppose in a car, and a beggar comes. That lady comes, a beggar, and she comes in a very nice silk sari, coming out from a car and just going, give me something. What are you going to give? Nothing? What you are asking? Now suppose somebody comes, a person comes in a very, very, in the rags and then is really in disease condition and is asking, please give me something, please. And you will know that this person is having nothing. So you, okay, take something. So when we pray to Krishna in that prayerful mood, then Krishna tells, yes, this person really needs my help, really needs my mercy. So we should pray to Krishna. It's not that we should chant our round, that's good. But when we chant our round, we should chant in prayerful mood. Asking for Krishna, please Krishna, I don't want anything else, I want your pure devotional service, nothing less than that. And in that prayerful mood, when we chant Krishna's name, Krishna becomes pleased, yes, this person really deserves it. Like what Prabhupada said, when we chant, we should chant like a child crying for his mother. calling out to Mother Hara, please Hara, come and take me to Krishna. So when we pray to in that mood, then Krishna become pleased, then only that mercy of Krishna will come and we'll get purified, we'll get Krishna prem. And then Niraparada Namlo, Pav Prem, then that will happen. So and that is the process of chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So Hare Krishna mantra chanting is very good. Whatever rounds we are chanting, chant. But when we chant, chant sincerely, chant seriously, and chant without any motive, only one motive, to please Krishna by my chanting, to please Guru by my chanting, by please devotees by my chanting. These three motives only should be there, nothing more than that. Then Krishna is not having any ulterior motive. So these three things are very important. And that is most important in all those things, we should not do any Vaishnava offense. Means Vaishnava aparad, no Nam aparad. We should not criticize the devotees. The 10 Nam aparad which are there, I think all the devotees must be knowing. So in that, the most critical is offending the devotees who dedicated their life in serving the Lord. So never engage in prajalpa, never engage in gossip about the devotees, because Krishna doesn't like that. And when helplessly we cry out to Krishna, Krishna becomes pleased with our calling and Krishna comes. So that is the whole process of Krishna consciousness. And that's what I just tried telling. If you are having any questions, anybody can ask.
Hare Krishna. So anybody is having any questions? Prabhuji's, Mataji's.
No problem is there in the chanting. Everybody is perfectly chanting.
Prabhuji, you told that offenseless and pure chanting. So what is the difference between these two?
When you are doing offenseless chanting is the pure chanting. Offenseless chanting are two things. One is offense, we are not committing any offense. At the same time, we are crying out to Krishna. Pure means we are not chanting for my own material benefit. I am just chanting to please Krishna, to please Guru, to please devotees. That is pure chanting.
Anybody else? I'll ask one question. So, you mentioned about Arjun asking Krishna that mind is very restless, difficult to control. So Krishna is answering that by practice and renunciation. So is it can you please give one example how in our lives we can exactly do that, how we can practice in any of the things, like we can practice and do Vairagya. So
Vairagya Vairagya means different things. In the sense, like I was just giving example, like while chanting Vairagya, while chanting as of now is to not to see phone, mobile. Don't bother what is happening. Something happens, hey, how is this sound coming? This sound, somebody is just doing something. I should go and see. You should not worry. When we are chanting, sit down at one place at one time and every day at the same time at the same place. Chant. Sit and complete your chanting, whatever round you are doing. That is Vairagya. Abhyasa means practicing, even though mind is creating so much nuisance, but I'm just practicing. It is in my hand to chant. What Krishna is giving is Krishna's hand. I am not bothered about Krishna. I am doing my duty. Krishna has to do his duty. Krishna is not bound. And the Vairagya is not doing something which is not conducive for my chanting, not conducive for my Krishna consciousness. So that's Vairagya. Vairagya as such, when you say, is like Vairagya, like something said very big, we are doing Vairagya and say, leave everything. Vairagya. No, not that way. Vairagya is small Vairagya is there. Krishna is seeing our sacrifice. What is your favorite thing? Favorite thing nowadays has become seeing WhatsApp every time, every 2 minutes. I don't want to do that while chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. I don't want to Facebook, don't want to see the Instagram, nothing. For 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours when I'm chanting, I'll just chant Krishna's name. Nothing more than that. So that is Vairagya. Otherwise Vairagya, there is no limit. So much things. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami left everything. They were the Prime Minister and Finance Minister. They gave all the whole money in 15th century. And they had left their place. They were not having any place to sit. They were sitting under the tree. They are our acharyas. So that is a vairagya epitome. But we cannot do that level. Our vairagya is this level. At least this much we do, then slowly we can build to go to that level. Whatever you like, give it for Krishna's pleasure. If it is not conditioned for Krishna's pleasure, we should not. We should not take anything which is not offered to Krishna. That is also a vairagya. Take only that thing which is offered to Krishna. I will not eat anything which is not offered to Krishna. That is vairagya. Getting up early in the morning, chanting is a vairagya. We are not sleeping. Sleeping is so wonderful. But I am not doing that. That is vairagya. Yes, Prabhu, you are telling something.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. This vairagya, what kind of vairagya we should practice, that is also mentioned in the scripture that only I have read. There are, I think, 4 kinds of vairagya: Yukta vairagya, Shashan vairagya, Phallu vairagya, like that. So Sanatana Goswami has advised in that our is like a Yukta vairagya. So whatever is favoring our bhakti, only we should accept it. Like mobile phone, if we are using it for our progress of our, we are just reading the scriptures or something like that. We can relate to our, for the sake of Krishna's pleasure, if we are doing. So that kind of vairagya only it is enough.
Yeah, so simple thing is what Srila Prabhupada is telling us to do. If you follow that, you are doing everything. You don't have to worry so much technicality. Yukt vairagya is something that even though we are having everything, but we are using for Krishna's pleasure. That we are yukt, we are attached, we are having money, but I am using my money for Krishna. I am having a vehicle, but I am using the vehicle for carrying the devotees. I've got a job, but I am helping the devotees by the money which I am getting. So that is called Yukta Vairagya. I am not detached with everything. I am not like Rupa Goswami left everything, but I am there. But at the same time, I am using everything from Krishna's pleasure.
Like Phalgu vairagya, in Gaya that river is there, that is one analogy. So from top it will like look like that, but inside that flow will be there. So that kind of vairagya is not advisable.
Yes,
one more thing, Prabhuji, that you told why we can't, we feel tired after chanting 16th round or anything. So same thing what you told in this Siddhastaram part, this sloka, that is the actually qualification. If we can acquire that, then only we can do that. That Amanina Manadana Kirtane Hari Sadahari Uparma, that Kirtanam Krishna, Saroda Krishna. So we are not elevated to that level. So after that one we feel like tired. So that is the reason why what is told the qualification for chanting offenselessly and for continuously. That is the qualification.
Yeah, actually, Prabhu, the point is, we don't have any power, right? Even offenseless chanting is also not under our control. When Krishna's mercy will happen, then we can get whatever is there. So we should be dependent on Krishna for everything. Whatever desire we are having, depend on Krishna. And Krishna will fulfill whatever you are having desiring. So even chanting purely, that also you have to depend on Krishna. So our role is to do our job and then leave it to Krishna. What Krishna desires, that will happen. We cannot demand. And even if you demand, Krishna will do because he is Swarat. And these qualities, as I told, is a Goluka Vrindavan qualities. Like you be in default in this material world, what are qualities you'll get? You'll get lust, anger, greed, enviousness, jealousy, all those things by default will come. These are qualities of this world. But we are going for something which is para, which is beyond this material world. These are the qualities. Qualities of devotees. A devotee he is there in this world, but he doesn't belong to this world. Bhakt and bhakti. Devotee and his bhakti to Krishna doesn't belong to this world. Even though he remains in this world, he is there in this world to preach, to help others, become an instrument of compassion for others, to show the Krishna's mercy through him. That's what we are seeing the gurus who are there, spiritual masters, so many are there, the pure devotees. They are the instrument of compassion. So that is the objective what we have to do in our life.
Prabhuji, this was very nice. Trinadapi Sunijina. मतलब हमें like we have to this connection like अगर हम अपने आप को सोचेंगे कि हम कुछ नहीं है तभी तो प्रे कर पाएंगे है ना?
Yes.
तभी प्रे करेंगे तभी we can chant properly. कितना अच्छा मतलब like these are so linked क्योंकि हम वही नहीं आ रहा ना त्रिनाथ विसुद्धि चेतन जब भी हम अपने आप को ऊपर समझेंगे we can't pray क्योंकि प्रे तो तभी होगा ना जब हम सोचेंगे कि हम कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे तो
जब कोई चीज़ भरा रहेगा उसके अंदर वो कुछ नहीं डाल सकते, जब वो खाली रहेगा तभी जा सकता है.
तो वो त्रिनाथ विसुद्धि चेतन ना मतलब जैसे अभी आप सेशन में ऐसा लग रहा है कि मतलब कि खुद को पूरा खाली मतलब नहीं है कुछ समझ तो ही प्रेयर आएंगी तभी तो लॉर्ड को बोल पाइए ना कि कि हमारी ये कृष्णा यहाँ पर है तो हम एसोसिएट कर पाए चैंटिंग कर पाए.
यस ट्रू. सो वी तो हम लोग का तो अभी ऐसा सिचुएशन है हमें ये भी नहीं लगता कि हम वी आर इन मिजरेबल कंडीशन. वी डोंट अंडरस्टैंड लाइक वी से समबडी है यूर मिजरेबल कंडीशन. व्हाट मिजरेबल? आई सो हैप्पी. We are not knowing that is not happy. Next moment we can die. What is there in our control? Nobody is under control, and we are trying to control, and we are thinking we are able to control. So we are very very powerful, but we are in miserable condition. Nothing is under our control. But with our sincerity, the supreme control can come under our control.
That's what Christ says, na Krishna can give everything, but not
Bhakti.
the bhakti.
Yes.
You control me.
Krishna becomes under control. So भक्ति उनको ही मिलता है जो भगवान के भक्त होते हैं, और भगवान के भक्त के द्वारा ही भगवान कंट्रोल होना चाहते हैं, not by everybody else. So everybody else, the cover of Maya is there. So you say, what is the problem? I am happy.
Last question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we told that awareness chanting is the characteristics of Govind. Yeah, spiritual world. So means
No, I told of the qualities of what is that? Trinadapi Sunichena. I am much humbler than the blade of grass. I am more tolerant than a tree. I am giving respect to everybody else. I am not expecting any return for me. These are the qualities which is there in Golok Vrindavan. Offenseless chanting we have to do here, and the pure name of Krishna is also from Golok Vrindavan. So when we chant purely, we are chanting, we are preparing ourselves to go there, because there we have to do that only.
also one thing means physically we devotees go before to Golok Vrindavan. Certainly people are going physically.
Yes.
They chant and they elevate Golok Vrindavan.
Golokera prema dhan hari naam sankirtan. So prem dhan.
Physically they are here, but conceptually they are not like that.
No, you don't have to do all those imagination. You just chant your mantra. When time will come, everything will happen. You'll go to Golok Vrindavan physically also. So we don't have to, while chanting, we don't have to imagination that we are going to Golok Vrindavan. That Prabhupada is not told. Prabhupada just chant and hear. Chant and hear, that's all. And when you chant like a baby crying for his mother. In that mood, when we chant, then we are preparing ourselves to go to Golok Vrindavan.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, I have a question. I have heard actually, किसी को हम if we are just forcing somebody to take to chant holy name of Krishna, I heard the fruit will be the same. Those who are doing by heart and those who are like we are forcing them to take. I want to know the fruit same होता है क्या?
Fruit किसका fruit? जो
Fruit in the sense की भक्ति.
somebody is chanting by force.
Yes. If we are forcing somebody, I have heard that अगर हम किसी को फोर्स करते हैं कि आप कर ही लो, जैसे हम किसी को हम बोलते हैं वृंदावन आपको जाना ही जाना, आप जाइए, कोई फोर्सफुली भी भेजे तो उसका जो पुण्य होता है काइंड ऑफ वो उन वक्त को सेम होता है क्या, जो उसको भी मिले और जो बोलता है उसको भी मिले?
No, I got what you're trying to say. Actually, we should not force anybody. The pure devotee जो होता है ना, वो किसी को force नहीं करता है. वो जो lower devotees होते हैं, because the pure devotee come on the level of what do you say, उत्तम अधिकारी, मध्यम अधिकारी and कनिष्ठ अधिकारी. So the उत्तम अधिकारी जो होता है, the highest level of devotee, he never forces anybody. But for the benefit of the people, he comes to the level of Kanishta Adhikari and he forces the way you are telling. You do this. Like, in the arranged marriage, in the beginning, neither the boy knows the girl and neither the girl knows the boy. But the father and mother, they force, no, you get married. And after the marriage, they know each other and they start loving each other. So initially they were forced, by force they came together, and then natural love developed. So when we try to force somebody with expectation, when he chants, then Krishna will, some mercy of Krishna will come and he will start chanting his own. Like it is true, now somebody has told to me also, I was also not wanted to chant, but now I like chanting. I love chanting. I want to spend time for chanting the name of Krishna. So somebody has done that. So that security certainly he will get. Because he has told me and I have become a devotee. Similarly, somebody has told you and you become a devotee. That person will get. But the most sublime method of making somebody devotee, particularly your family members or somebody, is by showing with your example. Doing the things much better way than earlier you were doing. So by becoming a devotee, you have become much better family member, but better wife, much better sister, much better mother. Then that person automatically will see why this person is doing better than what he was doing earlier. So that is the much more subtle way of forcing somebody, yes, you also should chant, you also should go to Vrindavan. Inspiring others by showing your example. That is difficult, but that is the best way. If you want to make your family a devotee, the best thing is show them, inspire them by your example. That's all. So, but when you tell somebody, that's good that you should tell, but don't force somebody. If force too much, then that person will not do anything. You can inspire, and inspire is much better word than to force. You should inspire others. I hope that I could able to answer.
Yes, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now we'll move to another part of today's program. So it is a group activity. So all of you can assemble. Firstly, all Bhakti Vriksha groups